Well, hello YouTube. This is my bike. It's a 2020 Cinelli Experience frame. It's an aluminum frame with a carbon fiber fork. And after a number of years of racing, I started when I was about 14 years. That's around 1984. In those days, we had the old steel bikes, which I rode for about 6 years. Then after 6 years, the carbon fiber took over the industry and I started to ride carbon fiber. And after a number of years training and racing, I decided to take a break from cycling, which was a 10-year break. So I stopped riding in the year, I think it was 2010. And I started to ride last year. And I needed a bike, so I did some research and I said, well, why not try an aluminum bike? Now, I've had one aluminum bike before, which was an Allen, and again, that bike rode very stiff. Compared to this bike is even stiffer, and it gives you a hell of a ride. It's very stiff. You feel all the bumps in the road. But let's get on to the bike. So, as I said, it's an aluminum Experience with the carbon fiber fork. I believe the frame itself weighs about, I think it was 1,500 grams. Yeah, 1,500 grams. And I bought the parts individually because I'm a bit old-fashioned and I'm a Campagnolo guy. I've always ridden Campagnolo and I've had any problems. To me, it's probably the best parts that money can buy, although I know some will differ about that because they would probably want to choose Shimano, Enduro Race, SRAM, which is recently new in the market. So this bike was built with the Chorus group set, which is a 12-speed group set. That's the crank there. I believe it's a 48-34, so these are the compact cranks. In the past, I'm a bit old school and I used to ride 53-39 plates, which was a big gear. Those were fabulous gears, so I decided to try the compact, since they said it's scientifically proven that the smaller rings give you a better spin. So I'm gonna have to experiment to see how true that is. So I'm moving along. It's all Chorus. It's a 12-speed, and I've got the Garmin pedals here. It's a Garmin and power pedals, and it's all paired up to the Garmin and power unit. There's the Garmin power unit. I'm afraid my threshold power is only around probably 220 watts, which is not much really, but as I said, I'm going into racing. I'm just using the bike for fitness's purpose, just to lose some weight, to trim down some fat, to look good. So, as I said, it's a 12-speed. There's the rear mech, the good old campy parts, and moving up. The brakes. Now these I believe these brakes were made in Taiwan. Then they're not a compact. I can't remember what's the brand name, but they weigh 219 grams, which is one of the lighter brakes. So I decided to give this a try. So far I haven't had any issues with it. The only problem I may have is, but it's got some slight rust on it. See, there's rust on it there, so I'm a bit concerned about that. If it doesn't stand up to my expectation, I'll probably go back to a pair of maybe Campagnolo Super Records, which I rather like. My seat pole is the Richley setup. Now, I've ridden a Richley for about a number of years, since 2000, early 2000. Hadn't had any problem with them. On fabulous kit. This is the aluminum pole. My former bikes had the carbon fiber pole, so I switched to aluminum. The seat is a Cell Italia carbon. It's a flight. It's a very light seat, I can tell you that. It's very comfortable. I've always ridden the Cells Italia. It's probably one of the best seats in the market, and I absolutely love it. Moving along, we got the stem. Again, this is Richley Components. It's a Richley stem. It's 11 centimeters. Now, had some issues with the bike because this bike is a size 56 and I'm 6 feet. So I tried a 13 centimeters stem and I began to get all sorts of problems. Back pains, it's getting numb hands. So I spent money again and I bought a size 12. I tried that for a couple of weeks. I ended up with the same problem again. So then I stepped down to an 11 centimeters. Now this one hits it right spot bang on the buck. Installed this, hadn't had any problems, back pain gone, numb hands gone. So if ever you get back pains and numb hands, it's all because your stem length is either too long or it's too short. In my case, it was a bit too long. So moving to the front, as you see, I've got these brakes again. Don't even know on what the name is. All I can tell you, it's a super light brakes. Here you see, it's got the rust there again. So I'm a bit concerned about the rust bits. If it does happen again, I'm gonna have to change it out. Got the Campagnolo Ultra 12-speed cables. The Richley bars. This is a size 42 centimeters. I used to ride 44s, which is a bit wide, but I decided to try the 42, so I'll see how that goes. I'll let you know if I needed to change. And Chorus 12-speed shifters and brake levers, they're superb. Now I've ridden the Chorus parts since 1984 and they're fabulous parts. They're fabulous. I can't see myself riding any other parts again. Started at Chorus. I've always had Chorus with a mixture of super record parts and they work absolutely fine. So that's the front part of the bike. I'll give you a front view. There you go. Now as for the wheels, I've got Campagnolo Zondas. These are absolutely fabulous wheels. Now they're really a training wheel, but I believe some guys actually race on the wheels. I love these. There's the old Zonda there. Very light. I think about 1500 grams a pair, which is okay for me, I guess, because I'm not going to race. Tire wise, I've got the old Continental Gator Skin. This is a 23 mil. I think the new trend now is to use a 25 mil because there was some scientific research done on that, and it proves the 25 mils are even better than the 23 mil. So I'll let you know how that goes along as my weeks on the bike go along. I'll tell you how long it lasts. I had this pair it's going about 6 months now. Within that 6 months I've done about, I'd say 3,000 miles now, maybe, yeah, about 3,000 miles in the legs. And let's go along. See old water bottle cage. Nothing big about that, just a standard old blog water bottle cage. Now I've had issues with water bottle cages in the past because after a couple of months they rattle, they stretch, they bend, they get useless. I've tried aluminum, I've tried steel, I tried titanium. They're all the same. There's one particular brand I did like, which was the Katai. They were very flexible, they were very good, and I wish I could get my hands on a pair of those again. Those were about 10 years ago. Okay, that's the front mech again, Campagnolo 12-speed. And I had to install a frame, how do you call it, a frame connector, because these frame doesn't come with a brace on, which is okay. I guess there's a little more weight, but who cares. Chain set, these are the 12-speed sprockets. I've been having some issues with the adjustment of the back here because I think only one gear doesn't work, and I need to solve that problem. So I'm gonna have to spend some time adjusting and fiddling about with it. So I hope to get that. I hope to get that to work. Let's have a back view of the bike so you can have a look. There you go. That's the back view. That's lovely frame stays. That's another back view of it there. That's what it looks like. Fabulous, yeah. Moving along. To give you a front view, which I think I already did, but that's okay. There you go. That's the front of the bike there. It's a beautiful bike. Now, the bike is built with some light parts. That's the reason why I like to choose and mix my parts. And I built the bike according to weight and according to the quality of the parts. So when I assembled the bike, I weighed it and it came in at roughly 16 3/4 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilos, so you guys gonna have to work that out, but all I can tell you, it's fairly light. It's good for going up hills, although I haven't really tested it on the hills yet, because where I live is basically dead flat. So hopefully one day I'll go abroad, I'll go on a tour, a cycling tour that is, another race, and I'll try it out on the hills, and I'll let you guys know how it handles on the hill. But on the flats, on the corners, it handles perfectly. It's stiff, it's bumpy, you feel every bump in the road with an aluminum bike. My past carbon fiber bikes, which were really superb, used to absorb all the bumps. So carbon fiber will give you a comfortable ride, whereas aluminum will give you a super stiff bike and you feel every bump. These bikes are great for sprinting. So folks, that's my bike. I hope you enjoy my video. Please like, subscribe, and don't be afraid to leave a comment, and hopefully I may be able to answer your comment on any questions you have about the bike. Maybe give a little advice. Show you frame rails here again. There you go. It's the carbon frame rails. It's a very light seat. It's superbly light. So folks, I'll leave you here. Happy riding, a safe riding, and I'll see you again next time. Well, bye now.